Rachel Zegler is on a PR damage control tour, and some people love it, some people hate it, some people love to hate it. Variety put her and Halle Bailey together in an episode of Actors on Actors, where they got to discuss their movies, their feelings, their experience with backlash, which they both received for being a part of Disney's woke experiment. I want to watch a few clips with you from that interview, or what I like to call compliment competition. But before we start, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications, otherwise the algo gods won't let you know about the new daily Freddo episodes. So we all remember the weird comments of Rachel Zegler that circulated the internet for a few months. I know there were people complaining that Disney chose someone with a darker skin to play Snow White. Well, this was never my problem. Yes, I'm annoyed with the race swap trend in Hollywood that has been happening for the past few years. Yes, I went really hard on Netflix for casting a woman of color as Cleopatra, but most of all people in the world who had a problem with the actress were always referring to her comments, her demeanor, her character. Anyway, by now you know the whole story, but if you don't, watch me explaining it here or in one of the videos linked in the description. So End Wokeness tweeted, Disney PR team continues their pathetic attempt at damage control. After bashing the original Snow White for not being woke enough, Rachel Zegler is now singing its praises. So I want to compare what Rachel says about Snow White, the original animated Disney film now, versus what she said before. Have a look at this video. This is from the Variety interview.
Oh God, this is an iconic thing that people really care about. Yeah. I don't want to mess this up for anybody, including myself. Obviously, the writers and Mark Webb, our director, and our entire producing team, it's you know, a bit different story-wise, and so we were able to do Whistle While You Work, which made me really happy and excited, and I was honestly just really nervous more about the technical element, because obviously that first look image went out, and there is a lot of CGI in the film, but it was, I mean, it's so much fun. Like, it goes back down to the root of why these movies were so successful when they came out, is because they captured the human emotion so well, and the things that make us joyful and also the things that make us cry. Yeah. They're able to tug on those heartstrings so well. They're very good at what they do, which is why they've been around for 100 years, but...
And here is a statement from a few months ago.
I know that you've told me before that your version of Snow White is different and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So in the new interview, she says, oh, the story changed a little, but the original movie is just so amazing, and it evoked emotion, and it was just iconic. Weird. So you can immediately see that she has been trained in what to say, how to say it, and while watching the video with her and Bailey, I kind of got an impression that they told her, just speak like Halle, agree with her, be soft like her, imitate her basically. Because their situations are not the same. Halle Bailey never spoke bad about the original animated film. She never offended anyone, okay? Never responded to her haters, and actually many haters turned into being her fans. Once they heard her speak, once they watched few interviews, she's kind of likable character, okay? Of course, that all went to hell with one incident that I am going to bring up in a minute. Rachel Zegler, on the other hand, got hate for offending the creators of the original Snow White film, making fun of traditional values, offending her co-star, and generally coming across as narcissistic. Two very different things. Here are some of the comments on End Wokeness tweet. Honestly, Disney PR, your attempt at damage control is laughable. Bashing Snow White for not being woke enough and then suddenly having Rachel Zegler singing its praises. And another one says, well, the Mouse House is losing moviegoers and subscribers. She's been told to play nice, no doubt. This one says, why is she bothering? She already told us who she was, just own that. Well, as you see, some people really stick to their opinion based on their first impression of her. Can't blame them. It was very impactful. BuzzFeed tried to put Halle Bailey and Rachel Zegler in the same backlash category with this headline. In a new interview, Halle Bailey and Rachel Zegler responded to the racist backlash they received when cast in Disney movies. Nope. Like I said, those two situations are not the same. Completely different reasons those two received hate for. The general anger in the case of Little Mermaid was directed at Disney and their woke decision-making. Later on, Halle also went on a Mexican talk show and accused the host for being racist, which was completely uncalled for because he was just complimenting her. In case of Snow White, Rachel Zegler's interviews were the cause of the outrage. Okay, wait. Maybe it is the same, but not in a way BuzzFeed says. They both screwed up on PR front, said the wrong thing, got backlash, and Disney blamed it on racism. There you go. It is the same. Let's really remember this Disney strategy. They would race swap characters, and then if the movie tanked or received backlash for being a bad movie, they would just blame it on audience's racism. Brilliant strategy. Let's see another clip from Halle's and Rachel's exchange.
And so,
100, that's crazy.
And so, like, you know, how do you put little baby Rachel at ease with what you're doing in your career?
Yeah.
Like, how is it that you come to this role and make little Rachel proud? And that was really what I used to fuel my emotion on that set and who I was, because all the pictures are out there of little me in my Snow White gown.
That's why it's gonna make me cry.
No, stop, because you'll make me cry.
No, don't start, please.
No.
I saw on Twitter you had posted, like, it was the sweetest picture of you in like the Snow White costume.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, I'm so annoying.
No,
sorry.
I'm the same way. It's fine.
Well, apparently Halle Bailey was already pregnant when they were filming this, so I understand her being emotional and bursting into tears when talking about little baby girl dressed as Snow White. It's cute, it's lovely. She will be a mom soon, so I get that. But Rachel, it's so out of nowhere. I don't know, I don't buy it.
That little girl is still in you,
Yeah.
and like she's so proud of you.
Yeah, she wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
Like, truly.
like
And,
that's so amazing.
I mean, talk about counting your blessings and thanking whatever it is that brought me here. And
The whole crying thing. It only seems genuine when Halle does it, but with Rachel it seems like she's acting. Not long ago, this is what she was saying, by the way.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film.
See, this is the reason people don't buy it. Don't get me wrong, she has a fan base, she has a following, she has people defending her, as she should have, okay? But the way this damage control tour is becoming a bunch of statements that she should have made at the start, it all just makes her look worse. In my opinion, she should just come out, say sorry, say she meant it, but she knows she did a wrong thing and move on, okay? But now we have a bunch of before and after statements and it's just not a good look for her or Disney PR team. There were so many positive comments on the Variety's YouTube video, but if you see comments on random clips from the original video, the comments get a bit more real. Putting two unlikable people in the same room talking about themselves and praising each other, the vomit emoji. Someone answered, weird. And you might ask me, why do you care so much about some Hollywood actress saying stupid things? Well, if you're a parent, you get it. You know all of it. It's powerful enough to distort the world around kids they will grow up in. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna say something. Also, I just found out Rachel Zegler is Polish. Half Polish. And of course half Colombian, which was very well known, as everyone kept saying how wonderful for the Hispanic community to be represented and how huge it is. Nobody mentioned she's Polish too. So yeah, I officially care now. I found out through this comment, by the way. As a Polish woman, I am offended by Rachel's lack of representation of my community. There, even the representation she values so much, she's managed to mess it up. And someone answered, she isn't Polish, she has a Polish descent father. Culture isn't genetic, she is a New Jerseyan, whatever. But it's Hollywood, baby, and I believe Rachel will be just fine. Despite the backlash, hate, Twitter wars, she's young, talented, she has a huge production behind her that's got her back. She'll be okay. Especially if she continues getting media training, learning from her previous mistakes, I think she can be very big in the future and she can turn it around. Is that an odd opinion for me to have? Maybe. But we've seen it before. Hate comes and goes, we just have to wait till the next big scandal occurs to overshadow what happened with Rachel Zegler, so she can truly make a comeback this time as a likable person. But as usual, I want to know what you guys think. Is it possible for Rachel Zegler to salvage her reputation and make us forget her past statements? Can Disney fix it? Will you go watch Snow White next year in the cinema? Let me know in the comments. I just need to know your opinions on that. If you like this video, make sure to like and share it, and of course subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications to never miss another Daily Freddo episode. And for even more content, follow me on Instagram @dailyfreddo. That's all for today. Have a good one.
Oh God, this is an iconic thing that people really care about. I don't want to mess this up.